But
y'all do know that when y'all have sex raw, like you have pre-cum, it's a lot of different ways in which you can get women pregnant.
The only thing I worry about when I was wrong was long as I ain't get herpes.
I used to work at a gym, and there was like 10 men at this table. Age, I was the youngest. I was 21. The oldest was 72. And all the sex that these men have had, no one got a bitch pregnant from pre-cum. So miss me with that shit.
Well, you never know.
Women can only get pregnant during certain time periods.
You never know because my last 2 kids, I'm 100% sure I didn't, and I did get my kids tested, but like it low key had to been pre-com, bro. Like dead ass.
See, it does happen.
I pull out because you keep nothing in that box, it'll get funky.
But I think the bigger problem is it's not just like the kids. It's worse than that. Like it's a culture of everybody got herpes, everybody got diseases.
You want to speak on that, TK?
The herpes,
the bum bump.
He got the bum bump.
Yeah.
Like I'm just saying, like nobody. I don't know. It just seemed like
herpes. Like I said, herpes ain't nothing but a turned up rash, man. Like it's
so serious.
Okay, so we know who had it. No.
It's just turned up rash.
HPV, and men don't have symptoms of HPV, but men are the carriers of HPV. Did y'all know that? So,
he had it.
Everybody needs to be getting
tested.
So many people have it, and they don't know because they don't get tested. You guys need to get tested if you're having unprotected sex or sex in general. Like you need to get tested and wear condoms.
Herpes ain't nothing.
Seriously, it's not cool to be like frivolous. Like
because you can get it without even having sex. People don't even know that.
I mean, HPV, depending upon, because there's different types of herpes. There's oral herpes and then there's genital herpes. So there's 2 different kinds. So you have to be careful with who you're kissing or who you're having sex with.
You can get it without having sex with the spirit.
Herpes ain't nothing but pussy acting. That's it, cuz. Just put a little.
There's no cure for genital herpes.
Nah, it ain't. You get
voice is like a whole commercial.
To reduce the symptoms.
Oh, but since we're talking about like, Trigger said have a baby, become a single mama. Let's go into this next video. Yeah, you didn't. You was like, you know what? Fuck it. I can have babies. I love babies.
No, I didn't. I'm not promoting that. I'm promoting everyone be abstinent to your marriage. That is my official promotion. Please, it's never too late. It's never too late to be like.
That's not abstinent. Cannot tell me that.
No more till I get married. I promote that.
Amen.
Find a man.
You hitting the head though, Brittany.
Not no more.
The next video. We gonna watch this video and see if your mindset changes, Trigger.
A lot of times we don't talk about how women date their sons, and single mothers oftentimes do everything but their sons. And that's the reason why I say, a single mother is a boy factory. And the reason why I say that is because it's not that a boy can't be birthed from a 2-parent home, although it is, it's an abnormality, it's an anomaly of sorts that you would encounter a significant amount of subpar men that have been raised in instructive 2-parent homes. But single women become so emotionally dependent upon their children, specifically their sons, that they will convince themselves that they don't need a man until they encounter the space from being alone to genuinely being lonely. And now we're having to deal with the imbalance that was set in the household because this boy is not your son. He is your man. When you want to cuddle, you go lay down with them. When you want some emotional time, you go watch movies with them. You touch them and you rub them and you massage them. And you do these things, everything that you would do to a man to suffice that.
Yeah. Stop dressing y'all children like the nigga that left y'all. Or what we don't understand is a lot of our first toxic relationships is with our mother.
Come on.
I'm 100% sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure of it. My mama set me up for failure, bro. Like, I don't know if it was her fault, but the woman she was raising me for didn't exist by the time I got to school. Hey, pull out a chair, open up a door. I was living life like Quentin.
How the fuck am I living?
No, I was living life like him. And bro, when they was dogging me. They was dogging me. So I knew then never to believe
was dogging me.
her advice was null and void. I never take it again. I'm dead ass serious, bro.
My mother, she went on her second divorce. After she it is y'all's fault. She called me and she told me what was happening. Well, my response was y'all's fault, and she said I would like you to come stay with me. And I told her that I wasn't going to be her son husband, and she was confused as fuck. And she tried to make me feel bad about it, and it's y'all's fault.
Did you go over there?
Because if I didn't know y'all, I would have went back to go live with my mama because she was sad.
Did you go over there though? Eventually?
No, absolutely not. No.
You gonna give her a hug?
No, because I think she should have stayed with my daddy.
Yeah, I ain't met my mama new nigga yet. She like that's how she living. Like it is.
I'm continuously throwing your mama under the bus.
I can bring my mama on the show. My mom is the reason who I am today. She allowed me to be honest. She told me she played baby mama daddy games with my mama, with my daddy. So that's how I was allowed to forgive my dad. Because he ain't do nothing wrong. My mama was just one of them ones. You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
So, goddamn me, my mama wouldn't disagree with nothing I'm saying. Like, she raised me like this. And Jesus,
so
too.
Your mom raised you like this? So it wasn't because your dad wasn't in the household to check your mama?
Well, yeah. He couldn't check shit or the child support check for her knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it was. I everything I know, like, man-wise, came from the Cosbys or the drunk nigga down the street.
Do you think you would be significantly different if you had a two-parent household? Do you think you would be significantly different?
Well, of course. I wouldn't have had to figure me out.
Yeah.
My dad is like another version of me, but he could have guided me to be a better me, or I would have been more like him. But I had to figure me out through trial and tribulation every fucking time at every stop. So
man, I feel that, man. I would say my dad was a solid dude, and he's a Baptist minister. But I also feel like as good as he raised me, like all he did was like pound the Bible in my head, and I didn't really know other shit. Like I didn't have no life experiences or nothing. But he's a good dad.
I don't know how y'all like. So what are you saying? You saying you think you would have been different if he hadn't did that?
Would have been better, more polished, more refined.
I wish my daddy would have told me about these hoes. Like shit.
Exactly. No, hey, you saying that, but like it's so much you need to know already when you go out there to protect your you now. So
my pops he always told me, he said like dating, like to Anton's point, he said dating is practicing divorce, and that he would pray that God would send us our people.
Yeah, like what if I never believed in that chick that cheated on me that made me this way? My dad had gave me that game. I'm not this same man right now.
I feel like the thing that kind of broke down the homes is the mother was basically being the mom and the dad. The mother was doing more so showing the boy this is how you're supposed to act as a man instead of showing him how women work.
No,
the woman game. The father is supposed to, teach the son, hey, this is how you act like a man. This is what you're supposed to do as a man. And that's not what's going on anymore.
No, my mama was raised.
If anybody has a two-parent household, everybody will be a better person.
Listen, so my mama, essentially, she was raising me to be with a 33-year-old woman. She was telling me shit that she liked. Like, hey, you open up a door, you do this, you do that.
That's just chivalry, bro.
That's
respecting women and being nice to women.
You think Sexy Red is waiting on me to open up her door?
You could open the door for Sexy Red.
I'm saying
sure she'll still walk through it. Thank you.
That's the demographic of women. That's the majority, not all of them. But now that's the 51%.
Hey, Trigger, zip your cheat up. That zipper just keeps going down and down.
It just depends. I do think some mothers can unintentionally get too close to their sons, absolutely. But I think if everything is kept into perspective, that doesn't happen, because I've seen a lot of single moms do amazing jobs at raising sons, and part of that was keeping them in a community of men, as far as like their brothers would be there a lot, or their cousins would be there a lot, their male. So putting them in a male community, even though they didn't have a dad, is part of what helped that. And yeah, as long as the mother is just understanding that you can't put too much on your son, that doesn't happen, but it does happen. So I'm not saying it happens in every case. That's all I'm saying. But I see that it probably unintentionally happened because they're just emotionally looking for something.
In your life, thinking the way that you think.
No way. Or acting the way she acts. She always talking over men. That's weird.
Well, I think that's just because her audio be messed up, because she can only hear one way. But there's no way that her father is validating this nonsense and letting her get away with this. Impossible.
What I do? What are you talking about?
Impossible.
Her dad or simp.
I don't know.
What am I getting away with though? What am I doing?
You crazy, bro.
A lot of single mamas are doing good and this and that.
I'm saving myself for marriage. He did a good job. What you mean?
I think that's your claim to fame though. Like that's all you got left to hold on.
You saving yourself to marriage when you already had sex.